Hello, and welcome to my video manual answering the research question, Lighting for Film, an in-depth look at how to professionally light a sequence. This guide will walk through how to light a scene to an industry-level standard by recreating a film sequence and addressing what effects the lighting techniques have. In this video manual, I will demonstrate each step I took to recreate the opening shot to Skyfall. I will do this by showing time-lapses of the real-time setup I took on set, and I will be explaining my decisions throughout, backed up with academic research. My research for this task mainly consisted of reading through academic books, specifically looking at lighting sections. These books were as follows: Cinematography, Theory and Practice, Blaine Brown, 4th edition, released in 2016. Set Lighting Technician's Handbook, 3rd edition, Harry C. Box. On Filmmaking, An Introduction to the Craft of the Director, Alexander McKendrick, 2013. Motion Picture and Video Lighting for Cinematographers, Gaffers and Lighting Technicians, Blaine Brown, 2019. Another area of research which was important to the task was my discovery of Roger Deakins' website. On this website you can submit entries to multiple different forums, all relating to cinematography. Also on this website, Deakins has an in-depth analysis of how he lit the majority of his films. Of course, Skyfall was my focus. The shoot. After initially picking the kit up, I will head to the corridor with my small crew, and we will begin setting up the scene so it mirrors Roger Deakins' scene to the best of our abilities. The lighting effect at the end of the corridor, the direct sunlight, is from an ARRI T12, and it is positioned above a white reflector that is blown out using a series of open-face 2K blondes. James, 2020. This is a direct quote from Roger Deakins looking at the lighting section on his website. They had the corridor purposefully built for this shot, so it was perfect for the lighting they had in mind. I do not have this luxury, so I will have to make do with a corridor on my university campus. As we are focusing on the lighting, I will position the Lupo 3000 behind the two doors as high as I can so it will emulate sunlight. Many DPs prefer to light from the outside through windows, door lights, skylights, etc. This also has a naturalistic look almost by default. Brown, 2016. I have also brought multiple gels and diffusion to soften the light if it is too harsh initially. I had asked a question on the forum regarding the shot specifically, which Roger Deakins responded to, but he only responded once, and it was to ask a question about why I was doing the task, so it wasn't too helpful. The Lupo provides motivated lighting to replicate the sunlight in the shot. There was a time in movie history when a bright glamorous backlight was an accepted convention. Today, audiences tend to recognise it as artificial. Strong backlight can still look natural if it is well motivated, otherwise it has to be subtle. Box, 2013. As I do not have access to the ARRI T12 nor the Open 2K face blondes, the Lupo was a natural replacement, as my lecturer had said it was the most similar in terms of lighting to the T12 out of the lights I had access to. Setting up the key light, which will light up Bond's face. The setup will be to the left hand side of the camera, as it is in the film. Deakins uses a practical light in this shot, which is something I am unable to do. Due to this, I have booked out the Roscoe Mini and the Amaran F22X. I had chosen the Amaran for lighting fairly close to the scene. They had many advantages. Their compact size makes them easier to handle and rig on set. Brown, 2016. As I am working in a tight location, I thought this would have worked for me. However, once we got to the set, we realised that the spread of light produced by the Amaran was way too big for the lighting technique we wanted to achieve. In preparation for this happening, we brought the Roscoe DMG Mini, which is a significantly smaller LED light with less light spread. As this is still an LED light, the research I did still backs up my reasoning to use it. The Roscoe, while being smaller than the Amaran, still had a spread too large, so I asked the tech store at our university and they suggested a great way of adapting lighting is to use cinefoil. I purchased some and we utilised this for our Monday shoot. On the Monday shoot, we set up the Amaran and Lupo behind the double doors. This was the same as on the Friday shoot. This was to create as much light as possible so the light would appear blown out, as it is in the Skyfall shot. Many DPs prefer to light from the outside, through windows, doors, skylights, etc. This also has a naturalistic look, almost by default. Brown, 2016. We set up the Roscoe on the left-hand side of the camera, as this was where the practical light was set by Roger Deakins. We initially captured the Skyfall shot at an f-stop of 2.8. To demonstrate the knowledge I had learned through this process, I wanted to make my own version of the shot, changing the lighting in order to create a different narrative message than that of Skyfall. I am backlighting the subject so they maintain the element of mystery, but to differ from what Roger did, The audience does not know who he is or what his intentions are. To make the scene itself feel darker, we shot it with an ND+1 filter and changed the f-stop to a 4. If most of the light comes from the side or back, the scene would tend to be darker, more mysterious, more dramatic. This is especially important if you are trying to make a scene appear underlit, such as a moody scene where you want the audience to perceive the scene as very dark. Blaine Brown, 2019. I want the subject to retain the element of mystery within the scene, but to differ from Bond, the face of the unknown figure will not be revealed. I do not want the audience to know who has the gun, so only the gun will be revealed in the splice of light, meaning the face is still in the shadows. One of the key elements in directing the eye, guiding the viewer's eye, through the frame in a meaningful manner. Blaine Brown, 2019. I am guiding the audience's attention away from the figure and towards the gun to suit the narrative I am constructing. In conclusion, I think the process of creating these shots has been incredibly helpful to my development. As always, more research could have been done, but I feel I justified my decision making throughout and showed initiative where I needed to. If you are looking to create your own version of an industry level sequence, an important tip I would have is to always ensure you know what you are doing. You know why you are doing something, and never just do it for the sake of doing it. Out of the two, I prefer the Skyfall version. This is unsurprising given Roger Deakins is the man who created it. Thank you for watching this video manual.